Today we're at Zeppelin Field in Nuremberg, the site of huge Nazi rallies that were held right here on Zeppelin Field. Now in our last video we took a look around some of the different sites here at the rally grounds, and of course we took a look at the grandstand here behind me itself. But also what I wanted to do whilst we're here is there are loads of historic photos that were taken right here in the 1930s. Some fairly creepy photos of Hitler, the man himself, up there stood giving his speeches. And so what I thought we'd do today is have a little look around the site here, and I'm going to share with you some of those now and then photos. Let's go. Now, I think it's important that we just add a little disclaimer before we get into looking at the photos. This is not in any way a celebration of those moments or a celebration of the man himself who will see it feature in some of the photos. It's about sharing the history of what happened here, and we have to learn the history and know what happened in places like this in order to make sure it can never happen again. And so whilst we are going to be looking at some photos, there's going to be things like swastikas and pictures of Hitler giving his speeches. It's not a celebration of those things. That's obvious to a lot of people, but it's important to say it in the video anyway. Right, let's look at some now and thens. Okay, so the first now and then photo that we've got is right here, taking a look at the grandstand here. And of course that's what the grandstand looked like today, but of course it didn't always look like that. And we actually have a photo here of what it would have looked like in the 1930s. You can see, quite spooky, the symbol there on the top. There we go. That's the main grandstand, what it would look like in the 1930s. Okay, so the next now and then photo we've got, this is the main podium here on the grandstand. And this is the podium where the man himself would have stood and given his speech. So that's what the podium looks like today. And that is what the podium looked like when he was up there giving his speech. There you go. Okay, so we've actually come up the grandstand now, and we are stood behind the podium for a very creepy, but I've got to say very impressive then and now. So that is what the podium looks like today, and this is what it would have looked like during one of the rallies. The man himself giving his speech with hundreds of thousands of people out there. Wow. Okay, there's another now and then photo. It's a very similar one to the one that we've just looked at, but that's the podium as it looks like today. And here is a photo during one of the rallies here. Again, hundreds of thousands of people there listening to this man speak. Now there's lots of other now and then photos that could be done here, but you can't get the right angles from them purely because of where you can and can't get to into Zeppelin Field now. But I'm going to share some of the old photos into the video anyway, so you can have a look at them. Some of the historic photos that were taken right here at this site during the famous rallies. So we've just come back down to the front of the main grandstand for the last photo, because this one's quite a special one, and the one which I wanted to round off the video with, so let's take a look. So you probably remember from the first photo, the grandstand here used to have a big old symbol on the top of it, the evil symbol of the swastika. Well, when Nuremberg was liberated in 1945, there was a famous photo taken here of a US soldier by the name of Hubert Strickland. He stood on top of this grandstand, and we have got a photo of him right here. So that's the grandstand today, and there is the photo of Hubert Strickland on top of that grandstand in May 1945. Now that photo would actually go on to be on the cover of Life magazine in May 1945. Wow. Now when you come here onto the grandstand, they have these information plaques showing you different things about the site here. But one thing that was interesting, obviously we talked about the swastika up on the top of the grandstand. Well, in April 1945, this is what happened. That swastika was blown up, blown to pieces in April 1945. Rightfully so. So I hope you found that interesting, taking a look at some of the now and then photos that were taken around here at Zeppelin Field. It's fascinating to look at those kind of photos, and it really gives you an idea of some of the history of the things that happened in these places. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Loads more videos to come. Make sure you stick around, subscribe on the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.